So a warm welcome to the History Show once again here on Uxbridge FM, and we welcome back for our what seems to be our monthly visit. Our local historian Ken Pearce is here. Hi Ken.
Hello there.
Now first off today, trouble at the market.
Yes, indeed. When Queen Elizabeth I visited Harefield in 1602, her hosts were Sir Thomas Egerton and his wife Alice, who was very often known as the Dowager Countess of Derby. When her first husband, the Earl of Derby, died, Alice inherited one local position from him. She became Lord of the Manor of Colham. Now today we think of Colham as an area of Hillingdon with Colham Green and Colham Manor School. But in past centuries, Colham Manor was a very large area, from Uxbridge in the north to Useley in the south, and including parts of Hillingdon and Cowley. Now it may seem surprising that Uxbridge, the core and nucleus of trade in the area, was not the name of the manor. But actually, Uxbridge came late on the scene. At the time of the Domesday Book, for example, it was a small and insignificant settlement. Things changed in the second half of the 12th century. The oldest document in the borough archives is a parchment in Latin known as the Basset Grant. Dating from about the year 1180, when Gilbert Basset was Lord of the Manor of Colham, it tells that King Henry II had granted the people of Uxbridge the right to hold a market every Thursday. Now it was after this that Uxbridge began to grow and developed into the centre of trade in the district. This weekly market was the major influence on the growth of the town and its dominant position in Colham Manor. So the Basset Grant is actually the foundation document of Uxbridge. Now let's move on to the time when the Countess of Derby was Lord of the Manor. Trouble flared up in April 1631 on Market Day. It was then the custom that two bailiffs appointed by the Countess began to take a toll from the sacks of corn before trading began. My understanding is that they took a cup of corn from every sack. But the townspeople had somehow concluded that this was not legal and that they should have the toll corn and not the Countess. So on this particular day, a crowd gathered near the market house, armed with an array of weapons, seized the bailiffs and, the account reads, thrust them violently out of the marketplace. A local justice of the peace came to the scene and called upon the rioters to let legal events take place as usual. But the leader of the mob, however, speaking, I quote, in a brawling, loud and vainglorious manner, refused to give way. On the following Thursday, there was an even larger protest with threats of violence. By now, the Countess had had enough, and so she began legal proceedings against the townfolk. When the case came to court, the people produced the Basset Grant, asserting that the document was the evidence for their actions. It soon became apparent, however, that they could not read the Latin document, nor could their lawyer, and nor could the judge. But counsel for the Countess picked it up, read it fluently, and explained why the Countess had every right to the market tolls. So, of course, Lady Derby won the case. That did not satisfy the local people, who remained angry and riotous. And so the Countess began a suit in the Star Chamber, a court noted for its severe sentencing. At this, the troublemakers began to fear the consequences and composed a letter of regret and apology. They stated that they were heartily sorry and confessed that out of error and passion they had deserved her just dislike, for which they prostrated themselves at her feet. They also agreed that the market tolls were indeed due to the Countess. Nevertheless, the case in the Star Chamber went ahead, resulting in an award of £200 to Lady Derby. At this, the townspeople composed an even more servile petition to the Countess. I quote, "We now see and know our errors," they said, "and hope that she would be gracious and favourable towards us in mitigation of the £200. It was also clear by this time that the Countess herself had not kept the toll corn, but had actually made it available for the poor of the town. Well, Lady Derby was now satisfied. Her right to the market toll had been established beyond question, and now she agreed not to accept the money awarded her. And in an amazing gesture of goodwill, it is recorded that Lady Derby sent venison unto them, and there was a very grand entertainment at the Crown Inn for the bailiffs and burgesses. So it all ended amicably.
That's great, Ken. I'm just wondering, have you seen the Bassett grant?
Oh yes. It's in Uxbridge Library.
Okay.
Very, very carefully looked after, of course, because obviously going back to 1180, but it's in remarkably good condition and legible.
On parchment paper.
Oh yes. And there's also a bag underneath which probably contains the dust of a seal, which is now just gone to powder.
Oh, lovely.
But it was sealed.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that. We've got one more to come. Stay tuned.